King James I of Scotland was one of the most intellectually gifted and culturally significant monarchs in the Stuart dynasty. His life was defined by 18 years of English captivity, which transformed him into a statesman and a foundational figure in Scottish literature. James was born at Dunfermline Palace. He is the son of King Robert III. His childhood was marked by dynastic instability and the suspicious death of his older brother, the Duke of Rothesay. In 1406, fearing for James's safety, his father sent him to France. However, his ship was intercepted by English pirates, and the 11-year-old prince was delivered to King Henry IV. Though a prisoner in the Tower of London and Windsor Castle, James was treated as a royal guest. He received a world-class education in law, music, philosophy, and literature. He became an expert in the works of Chaucer and Gower, which would later influence his own writing. During his captivity, his uncle, the Duke of Albany, ruled Scotland as regent and showed little interest in paying James's ransom. It wasn't until 1424, following the death of Albany and negotiations with the English regency, James was released for a ransom of £40,000. James I is credited author of The King is Square, The King's Book, one of the most important works of Middle Scots literature. It is an autobiographical dream allegory of approximately 1,400 lines written in rhyme royal, a 7-line stanza form. It tells the story of a prisoner who falls in love with a lady he sees from his window, exploring themes of fortune, love, and divine providence. It introduced the sophisticated English courtly love style to Scotland. It is famous for being a rare example of a medieval poem where the romantic quest ends in a happy, virtuous marriage. Upon his return to Scotland, James I found a kingdom in chaos. Ruled by lawless nobles, he embarked on a mission to centralize royal power. He introduced the Court of Session to provide better justice for the poor and mandated that all laws be published in Scots rather than Latin so the common people could understand them. To secure his throne, he executed several members of the Albany family who had kept him in exile for nearly 2 decades. He improved the Scottish army, imported modern artillery from the continent, and attempted to streamline the collection of taxes. James's aggressive centralization of power and high taxes created many enemies among the nobility. On the night of February 21st, 1437, a group of conspirators led by Sir Robert Graham broke into the Dominican friary in Perth, where James was staying. James famously tried to hide in a sewer tunnel, but because he had recently ordered the exit blocked to prevent tennis balls from being lost, he was trapped and murdered. King James I is the primary figure of the Scottish Chaucerians. He transformed the Scottish monarchy from a feudal lordship into a modern centralized state. He was a skilled musician and a patron of the arts, elevating Scottish court to European standards.